Mr. T here to talk about the two things that you should know before you ever set foot on a motorcycle. Number one, the gear you have to wear, and number two, the parts of the bike. First thing we're going to talk about are jackets. Riding jackets are essential to keeping you safe in the event of a crash. Most of the material is made so when you hit the ground, you slide, and it's supposed to not rip or tear, exposing your skin to the pavement. The other part is it's got armor. You have elbow pads, shoulder pads, so if you come down on your elbow, you have a less chance of breaking it, okay? So the first jacket we have here is my Icon Contra. This is not a heavy jacket, and it's not a light jacket. This is textile. It's got a bit of mesh in there that breathes a little bit, but it doesn't breathe great. I wear this, on 90, 100-degree days, and it's not real comfortable when you have to stop at a light. But it's bearable, okay? With layering, you can make this kind of a three-season jacket. You don't want to be stuck in this when the weather gets real cold, unless, like me, my first winter, you're wearing, two shirts, a hoodie, stuff like that, all underneath of it. You can get these anywhere from about $100 to however much you want to pay for a good quality one. This was about $200. This is my Joe Rocket Blaster. This is leather. I think they're $300 or $400, maybe a little bit more brand new. I got mine used and paid a lot less. Leather is much stronger than any of that textile material, so in the event of a slide, the leather is going to save you and you have less chance of getting hurt. This also has all the armor built in. You see some Harley guys just riding around in leather jackets that have no armor in them. This still has your armor. This is the heaviest duty jacket I have, and when the weather starts changing and the fall starts setting in and it's cool enough where I can actually wear this, I always try to wear this over the other jacket because it'll give you that much more protection. This is my wife's jacket. It's a Joe Rocket. It's a textile, and it's kind of in between the first two jackets that I showed you, because this one is almost entirely textile. It doesn't have those mesh panels like the Icon does. It has some vents in the front, and my wife riding her bike or riding my bike, in the summertime, she says she's very hot, almost unbearable sometimes when it gets up to 100 degrees almost. This does have a weatherproof section under the zipper here, so whether or not you have the liner in, if it starts to rain, it's not going to soak in on the front of your body, which is really nice. This also has a liner inside, and I'd say this is kind of a fall jacket. I would, buy something like the Icon Contra, buy something like the Joe Rocket. If you use it correctly, you really don't need something like this. You can go something with more mesh or something with heavier duty leather. Now, you can also get jackets in whatever color you want. This is called high vis, high visibility. Sometimes if you wear this, you can actually see the walls and stuff around you glowing because of how bright it is. This actually came free with my wife's bike, so did this red coat. And needless to say, most of my friends just borrow my extra gear when we go out riding. So yeah, high vis, very good, or whatever color you want. Pants. A lot of people will ride in jeans, or shorts, or even Kevlar jeans. In my opinion, Kevlar jeans are probably the minimum you want to have when you're riding. Because if you come down knee into the asphalt, you're probably going to break your knee. And the Kevlar is going to help you when you slide, but it's not going to help you from impact. So what I have here are some Joe Rocket pants, and it's mainly textile with mesh to help breathe, but then it's got padding in the butt and other places, which also makes it more comfortable to ride, and it has CE approved armor in the knees, which is going to protect your joints when you fall. These pants I actually don't recommend because I didn't realize when I first bought them that they don't have a liner inside. If you watch my other video where I talk about my gear, I've been wanting to get another pair of Field Shear titanium air mesh pants. They don't have all this mesh visible on the outside. It's kind of woven in. You don't really see it, but it breathes really, really well. They're really comfortable, and they actually have a liner. So if you want to wear some long johns or something under it with the liner, you can ride when it gets pretty cold. I think I had long johns, jeans, the liner, and then the air mesh, and I was out riding in 40, 50 degree weather. Then, because I commute almost every day unless it's rainy, and I just don't like riding in rain, so I don't. I ride when it's hot, I ride when it's cold. I don't like to get wet. But I do have overpants, because a lot of times I'll wear, nice pants, shirt and tie to work. Well, these overpants give you a lot of the same benefits as riding pants. They have CE-approved knee armor. They're very thick, so if you go sliding, they're not going to rip on you. But at the same time, these particular overpants don't have any kind of padding in the butt and the legs and the thighs. I don't know if other ones do, but these don't. So they're not as comfortable to me to ride in as a set of standard riding pants are. If you do get overpants, let's say you're size 36. You want to order your overpants in a size 36, they're going to be closer to 38, but you want to order them in the size you wear. Let's talk about gloves. To me, something like this is unacceptable. This is a work glove or cold weather glove, and if you go down, this isn't going to protect you. I'm wearing these a lot right now. These are stretchy, these are mesh, these are flexible. These are going to give you a little bit of slide protection. There's a little bit of rubber or foam, something in the knuckle here, but these still really aren't going to protect you too much when you go down. I highly recommend not wearing a glove like this. However, I am wearing them to pass the time because I don't fit these anymore for a lot of reasons, and I'm not going to go into it. This is a leather glove. It has reinforcement on the pinky finger, which when you go down, apparently that's the finger you're most likely to break. In high impact areas, it's got extra layers. It has a hard piece here to protect the palm of your hand. It has reinforcement on the knuckles and all the way up the fingers. And the thing that really makes this a good glove is it's a full gauntlet. It has extra armor and pieces around it. But if you fall and you have that shorty glove, there's nothing to protect your wrist bone. With this kind of a glove, it's going to protect you all the way past your wrist. You can tuck it into some jackets or you can put it over some jackets. This is about the minimum quality that I would recommend. I tried some of the beefier gloves. I had a lot of trouble working the controls. Either they were too big or it was too tight and my fingers were kind of going numb. But these are by Revit. These fit me really well. I like them a lot. And I think this is really the minimum protection you should have riding on the street. Boots. Any boots that you get should go up past the ankle. Same thing as the gloves. We're talking about wrist protection. You don't want to break your ankle. I've sprained both of mine at least once each, and it's not pleasant. I'm assuming that breaking it would be really bad. So make sure it goes high. Riding shoes look cool. They're probably comfortable. They're not going to protect you as well in a crash. You're not riding to be comfortable. You're riding to protect yourself if you go down. These have panels to breathe. It's heavy duty. It's going to give you protection at the toe. And on your left foot, you have that extra patch for the shifter. These boots are very comfortable. Sometimes if I'm going someplace, I'll wear these and I'll wear jeans under riding pants, and when I get there, I'll take off the riding pants. I won't bother bringing another set of shoes because these really are comfortable. And you can find boots like this for about $100. We recently got my wife these boots. These are new to the Icon line. They have them in men's and women's, but the design looks about the same to me. I will probably upgrade to these boots because it seems stiffer, which in most cases the leather is going to protect you a little bit more. My wife says it's still very comfortable. She likes these little hooks on the back to kind of yank it up when you're squeezing your foot in. But what I like the most about these is apparently shin breakages are pretty common when you fall off a motorcycle, and this has a piece of armor right here that the other boots don't have. And then it has extra protection here for, I don't know the name for it, I'm not a doctor, but that piece that sticks out the side of your ankle, you know. So you have extra protection in two key places. These are also going to be waterproof, and it's got that nice little liner to protect your foot from getting wet. And that brings us to helmets. Again, I keep some of my buddies' gear here because they don't have, you know, their own garages. This is my Scorpion XO 500. And all I can tell you about it is a lot of people online say it has superior venting. I think it really suffers in the venting department, but that's me. Everything else about it I love. I've been reading a lot of reviews on it lately. They say it's a $400 helmet for $200, but I'm thinking about stepping up to the XO 1100. The thing about helmets is I can't really help you much. I found a helmet that fits my head shape. I found a helmet that was the right size for me. I found a helmet that was comfortable and gave me good visibility, and it's going to be safe and protect me. It's DOT rated, it's Snell rated. But I'm not an expert on helmets. I can't tell you what kind of shape you have. I can't even tell you what kind of shape I have. You know, I just talk to people at stores and say the XO 500 fits me great. What else is going to fit me? But getting a quality helmet is probably the best gear move you can make when you start riding. I started with an $80 no-name helmet that was even below, you know, the entry-level HJCs. It was full face though. It was uncomfortable, it was scratchy, everything about it. As soon as I tried this on at the store, I said, I'm taking it, you know? So talk to somebody who knows what they're doing, ask them about your head shape, ask them about your size, find a helmet that fits you, and get a quality helmet on your head. Sometimes you need to take things with you, and that's where bags come into play. My wife's Ninja 250 came with these saddlebags, and this isn't how you hook them up, I just tossed them on here. But saddlebags are great when you don't want to take a backpack, when you just want to put stuff in here, strap it down, go. And a lot of them it's easy to release, and when you get where you're going, you just take them off, and you carry them with you. You can also get hard bags that mount to the bike permanently. I do a lot of riding with a backpack, but when I don't want to ride with a backpack, I highly recommend a tank bag like this Joe Manta XL. It has strong magnets. A lot of times they even have a pocket for your GPS or your cell phone. They got a little place where you can pass through headphones. You can listen to music or listen to your GPS. I personally recommend not listening to music. And it has a big enough pocket to fit some stuff you need. There are also a lot of bags like this Icon. This is a backpack, tank bag, kind of a do-everything. It does have a big amount of space that can hold stuff, and I have used this, and it's great when you talk about carrying capacity. It's not so great when you talk about stability, because it has these four teeny little magnets, and it just doesn't hold on to the tank very well. You know, sometimes you take a corner hard, and you can feel it shift, and if there's enough weight in here, you can feel the magnets sliding across the tank. So as far as utility, this is great, but if you really want to trust it, I'd say pass. Now that we've talked about gear, let's talk about your safety check before you get on the bike, how to get on and start the bike, and we'll talk about the parts of the motorcycle.